I still have big dreams and goals for myself, and I actually think that I can achieve most of them. But if I don't, did I leave this earth with something that makes me so proud? Am I one person's favorite song? Did I create something that, like, I realized for me, and this has come a lot with, like, we were talking about kind of religious realizations, because I was raised very Catholic, and I realized that I was living most of my life based on the fear of hell as opposed to the enjoyment of living. So now I'm just like, when I die, how will I be remembered? Will I have left behind something that I'm proud of or that affected somebody? Or when my grandkids, because this is our digital tombstone, anything that anybody says about you, that's why I was so depressed too, because so many people were saying a reality that wasn't real, and I was never defending myself or telling my story. I don't care if the world believes me. I don't care if the audience believes me. I want my grandchildren to find it and know that the truth of who Gabbie Hanna was exists. All the rest, I don't give a fuck. There's such a freedom of not giving a fuck.
There is.
Yeah.
Okay, we're almost at this location. Obviously, we've talked a lot about like the struggles, the toxic side of the internet. Just before we arrive, I'd love to hear like what does excite you right now? What are you passionate about? I'm assuming it's linked with your music and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what really brings you alive and brings you the most joy right now?
Oh, I have so much. So in summary, I believe that my purpose on this earth is to be an artist. And I think the thing that my artistry had been missing was my message, because I was so afraid to speak up or have a hot take or stand up for the wrong person because they may be hated in a way that I don't think is fair, or talk about issues that matter to me, because I'm afraid that if I start talking about these issues, then people will bring up, well, then you made this vine, or you had this tweet, or you said this thing, and you still haven't acknowledged it. You're performative. You don't actually care. And now I'm letting go of all of that stuff, and now I get to talk about the shit that I'm passionate about. I care about the fact that BIPOC are not treated properly. I care about the fact that there's hate crimes. I care about the fact that the way that the food system in America is set up so poorly that if you're poor, you're destined to be unhealthy. And then you spend your lifetime trying to climb out of that hole of, well, I was raised this way, my metabolism doesn't work the way it's supposed to because I couldn't afford produce when I was growing up. I had to eat ramen noodles and McDonald's because apples are expensive, and that's fucked up. And now, like, you spend your life with eating disorders or obesity or health issues, and then you start smoking to try to curb your appetite, or because you're too busy, because you're working too much to eat. And it's like this fucking insane cycle of living to work and not enjoying your life. Like, your life should be about, I laid in the sun all day with my friend, and I would have felt guilty doing that before because I'm like, oh fuck, I should be working on something. And then I was like, well, aren't we supposed to just sit in the sun with our friends?
Yeah.
Isn't that why we're on this fucking earth? I want to spread that message. I also want to contact the aliens. I think it's really important. I know that's a little out there, but I truly believe that there's life outside of human beings. Whatever vision of aliens you have, there's massive galaxies and there's life on them.
Statistically, there must be.
There is, dude. Yeah. They're trying to contact us. I truly believe that. It's not this weird, like, science fiction thing. It's just straight up like, of course there's other life and they have technology that we don't have. I want to try to bridge the gap and, like, erase the fear of beings that aren't like us. Right now we're fighting this battle on Earth of like, oh, well, that race isn't like me and that religion isn't like me and that's scary. It's so much bigger than that. We need to bridge the conversation between the universe. It's not going to happen soon, but like, we are a fucking energy of one. This entire universe is operating on a level of consciousness, and energy isn't created, it's not destroyed. We need to talk to the aliens. That's my summary. What an absurd, I just like wrapped that all up with, oh, she's a cool girl. Oh, no. She's psychotic.
If you're thinking Gabbie sounds weird right now, I get you though, because no matter what you believe about aliens or not, what you're saying is
there's something else.
We are earthlings, all of us, and I think we always forget that. And I think to meet aliens and realize there's life outside of Earth would actually bring us together more as a planet, and that's where I think most the struggles in the world happen, is this fact that we see ourselves as divided and that we're not all the same species, we're not all the same family.
Dude,